Live from Fargo and serving you on TV, online, and on the go. This is Valley News Live at 6.
Efforts are in the works to address a growing problem with public intoxication, fighting, and drugs in downtown Fargo.
Valley News Team's Callie Hubbard has the latest on proposed discussions between business owners and Fargo police.
I just see a lot of people congregating together in groups.
Heather Hansen works at Sanford in downtown Fargo and walks through the area on her breaks.
Just have to kind of, walk past them and say hi, treat them like any other person, but if they start to bother you, then just keep on walking.
Others say they've seen some shooting up heroin in broad daylight or have witnessed urinating in public.
No one's ever threatened me, and usually if there's anything that happens, the police are taking care of it.
Downtown businesses and police have scheduled a town hall meeting to share their experiences, hoping to come up with a solution to make downtown safer.
I think it's super beneficial that they get together and hopefully kind of find a way to, make it a livable place for everyone, even for people that maybe can't afford housing.
Kristen Clockey, who lives in the heart of the city, says she's already seen changes.
I've heard that they want to take away benches and picnic tables to, keep the homeless people from using those to nap or whatever they're doing with that.
Downtown business owners we talked to say downtown is not an unsafe place to be. They say some behavior by the homeless population may make people feel uncomfortable, adding that feeling and being unsafe are two different things. In downtown Fargo, Callie Hubbard, Valley News Live.
And to learn more about details of the town hall meeting with Fargo Police, download our Valley News Live app.
After a couple days of brisk weather, we're ready for any kind of warm-up that comes our way. Let's check in with Hutch for a look at this evening's forecast. Hutch?
Well, on our first alert weather day, it was a frosty start, and we will get cold again tonight, but not as cold as some of these readings we saw today. Fargo, 30 degrees, tying a record back in the late 1800s. It's been a long time since we've been this cold in the morning. Grand Forks, 31, your low, not quite a record there, but look at Hannaford, 25 degrees. Look at Enderlin, 26. I'm going to back out so you can see a few of the other lows. Frost advisory again for tonight. Southern Valley, central portions of Minnesota. That's where the best chance of the mighty cold weather is going to be as we head into the evening hours. But for now, we have mid-50s across much of central Minnesota, 52 for Bemidji, and still near 60 across much of eastern North Dakota. Quiet weather this evening in Fargo as we'll see temperatures that will slip down into the 40s by bedtime tonight. And again, not quite as cold, but still not a bad idea with the frost on the way for some of us to get those tender plants inside or cover up the tomatoes, Andrea, because that cold weather is going to be with us again in the morning. Now we have a warming trend coming up. I'll have details in just a few moments on all of that.
All right, thanks, Hutch.
North Dakota's health department has confirmed over 300 COVID-19 tests were mishandled after a mass testing at Rowe Farm in Fargo last Friday. We're told the samples were put in a different refrigerator than normal and went undetected past the time for proper testing. One woman impacted by the incident says she worries some might have thought their no news from health officials was good news and could have traveled or gathered with large groups over the holiday weekend.
We're celebrating these little victories that aren't victories, and we're giving the people a false sense of everything being okay. And I can tell you, in my home, it's not okay because we have COVID here, and we're incredibly sick.
Fry says she's getting another test with her healthcare provider today and hopes the other 348 do as well.
A Cheyenne High School soccer player has tested positive for COVID-19. The student worked with health officials to identify any close contacts the student had during the period they would have been contagious. West Fargo Public Schools will notify those people, but based on the contract tracing results, the soccer team will be able to play tomorrow.
Let's take a look at the COVID-19 numbers for this day. Minnesota reporting 282 confirmed cases of COVID-19, along with 7 new deaths. All total, more than 1,800 deaths have been attributed to the disease. In North Dakota, there are 239 new cases, along with 1 more death in the state. The overall death toll is at 157.
A man is facing several charges after allegedly pointing a loaded gun at Fargo police. Authorities say it happened just after 1 this morning. An officer was patrolling near 13th Avenue and South University Drive and saw a vehicle driven by 38-year-old Sean Larkin of Fargo. There's a warrant out for his arrest. When police stopped the vehicle, Larkin started walking away. There was a scuffle, and officers say Larkin pulled out that loaded handgun. Officers wrestled it away from him before anyone was hurt.
We're learning more about the Minnesota bridge that was set on fire. The man accused told neighbors that he was going to blow up the bridge near his house after someone ran over his dog. 43-year-old Ryan Johnson was arrested over the weekend for lighting a fire on the Star Lake Bridge in Otter Tail County. Investigators say that Johnson was in the process of going through a divorce and acting erratic. Investigators also say ammunition, a shotgun, and drugs were found inside his home. Johnson is charged with arson. A fire has left a family of 6 temporarily homeless in Moorhead. It happened early this morning at 415 Sunrise Circle in the neighborhood near Sunset Lanes. Everyone got out safely but had to spend the night elsewhere because of heavy smoke damage. Fire crews say the cause was accidental, most likely from improper discarding of smoking materials.
A man is dead and no charges have been filed after a car hit a bicyclist in Grand Forks. Police say Brandon Enderly died today, a week after a car hit him while he was trying to bike across Demers Avenue. The specific cause of death is under review. Police say they're working to determine if it was directly related to the injuries he suffered in the crash. We will continue to update you on this ongoing investigation.
A man was taken to Essentia Health in Fargo after his car crashed at a cemetery. Police say it happened around 1:40 this afternoon at the Prairie Home Cemetery in Moorhead. The driver was on 8th Street when he apparently suffered a medical emergency of some sort and went off the road. Authorities say 31-year-old Stuart McNulty Tovey was conscious when officers arrived.
Police are trying to figure out why a car smashed into a building. It happened around 10 last night at 725 18th Street North in Fargo. Officers say they're currently working on a report and will release more information once that is complete. They didn't say if anyone was hurt. 4 people are expected to be okay after the van they were in crashed with a semi near Perham, Minnesota. It happened Tuesday night along Highway 10. The driver of the semi, a 50-year-old man from Seattle, Washington, was not hurt. In all, 5 people were in the van, with the 4 treated at a hospital for their injuries.
More deaths on Minnesota roads are being reported compared to a year ago. The State Patrol saying 152 people have died between Memorial Day and Labor Day of this year. Last year, that number was 136. Another alarming increase is the number of pedestrians killed on the roads. 14 pedestrians were killed this summer compared to 7 last year. To read the full report, you can log on to our website. It's at valleynewslive.com.
Small businesses are trying to remain hopeful after being impacted by the pandemic. We'll tell you about some resources that can help businesses stay afloat.
In Fargo, we started our day out very chilly, 30 degrees, tying a record back in 1898. Mike Morkin was hiking to college on that day. He says he remembers it well. For us, well, this morning, here's a look at how things sloshed around. Watch the cloud bank roll in, ebb and tide as we warmed up a little. Your forecast next.